Hello, Vicki Crystalline here, and I want to share an experience that I had this morning that I've only had one other time in my life. But first, let's do the breath. Breathe in through your nose, deep into your belly, deep into New Gaia now. Lock this in. So take your breath now. One more time. One more time. Feel your heart. Feel your heart. Let it radiate and open. Wow. That just feels really cozy for me right now. Sure, I want to share an experience that happened to me this morning, and it has happened to me one other time in my life. And I bring forward this information for understanding, for you to understand too, because if I'm going through it, then other people are going through it too. And to not feel alone in this. This is the biggest reason why I put out all my videos, is so you don't feel alone in this, because when I first woke up, there was nobody out there. Nobody taught anything, and the classes were so expensive. And people need to know this. People need to know they are not alone, and that's why I do this so freely. So, when this event happened this morning, it was very terrifying, very scary, but also very life-changing for me. So, I have a kitten, Opie, and I have struggled with this kitten since I've had this kitten. This kitten poops everywhere, 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 even on me. If I'm holding the kitten, he will poop on me. I've had him to the vet. They say nothing's wrong with him. I've tried everything. I clean his litter box and his litter multiple times. It does not matter. He will poop anywhere, everywhere. So most of the time, I put him outside, and then at nighttime he comes back in and he goes into a cage. And so we've been having a lot of rain up here, a lot of rain. So he's been spending a lot of time more in the cage, because I don't want him to be outside in the cold. So with this kitten, or this cat now that is 7 months old, this cat, I have to clean his cage multiple times, because he will shit all over this cage. He'll shit all over himself, and it's not good to give cats baths a lot, but I just washed the area and blah blah blah. So I've been dealing with this and dealing with this and dealing with this. Well, like today it came to an ending, and I had just cleaned Opie's cage, and I just set him right back into the cage right after cleaning him, give him a little bit of a bath, and he shit everywhere, everywhere, all over the cage, just diarrhea everywhere. And something snapped in me, and I picked him up, and I was like, I'm done, I'm done. And I felt myself wanting to kill this cat. I could feel it. I was like going to enjoy killing this cat. And then this scaredness came into my body of, oh my God, how could I go there, But I knew that I wouldn't harm the cat, but I just allowed the process to happen. So I instantly took Opie to the sink, because now he's got shit all over him. I take him back to the sink, and I'm washing him, and he's not acting like Opie does before when I'm giving him a bath. It's usually his whole body this time just goes limp, and his eyes kind of just like like he's gone. You know what I mean? And so I'm picking him up and I'm just like, are you all right? And he's, you know, there's movement in his body, but his eyes are like gone. Like there's no light in his eyes. And I still had this sense of, I just want to kill this cat. I mean, this joy was coming up in me of, I want to kill this cat. And but also this tremendous amount of scaredness too. And so as I was hurrying through the bath, which I usually don't because Opie usually likes a bath, but he usually moves a lot. And anyway, he was no movement, and I was just turning along, just trying to get it out. Then I felt myself, and I seen me like strangle my cat, and I felt the joy of it. But I knew it wasn't happening here, but I could see it happening in my mind's eye in another part of me right now, and I was enjoying killing my cat. Now I was having joy and I was having scaredness all at the same time. How can you do that? I don't know, but it happened. So I instantly, as I'm seeing this, I'm rinsing Opie off, and I, you know, put him in my arms, and I'm like, I love you, Opie. I'm sorry, you know, and he's just all limp, and you know what I mean, and so I take him over and I'm, you know, drying him, and then I'm, you know, like blow drying him, and I'm looking at his eyes, and his body's making movement, so I know he's alive. I don't have a sense that he's dead, but I still have this joy that I hope he is dead, and the scaredness that was overtaking me. And so it was like two pieces of me, two parts of me of light and dark at that moment. And so I was blow drying Opie, and I was looking at his eyes. I was just so connected to his eyes. I was like, I'm so sorry, Opie. I'm so sorry. I don't know what this is about, but I just let it go, let it go. I'm done. I'm done with the shit. No, I just said, I can't do it anymore. I'm done, done, done. We can't do this. We're done with the circle. We're done with the circle. I'm done. I can't do it. And I was praying. I was crying. And all of a sudden, because I'm blow drying Opie, all of a sudden Opie stands up and he cries like he never did before, like this deep roar inside of him just came out. And I was like, oh my God. And I feel him as a different being, a more courage, a strength. Something changed there within me and within, you know, my cat. And then I just, you know, I was, you know, petting him, finished drying, I put him outside because he didn't want to go in his cage. He wanted to go outside. So I went outside, even though we're having rain outside. I put him outside, and I instantly came into this area right here, and I'm like letting this go because I could feel this joy of killing my cat, you know. And so I, you know, letting go, and then I seen in a different, you know, timeline that I was doing that. I seen me, you know, kill my cat, and then I seen me bury my cat. And in so instances, they were both so real. But something shifted in me and in Opie at the same time. There was a huge shift. And I felt it like there was an exchange. And I truly believe right now, and feel into your heart, that the other Opie did die and a new Opie has appeared. I can't explain it, but I just feel it. Well, I had this experience one other time with my son. He was very young. I was just into the awakening process of myself. I was actually doing the shaman, probably 3 years into my awakening. I was doing the shaman courses. And I had just moved into this house. And I was sitting there, I was cooking dinner, and I had this knife. And I turned around and I looked at my son, and I see myself kill my son. I seen it. I felt joy, the same thing. The joy and the scaredness, the same thing, the same feelings, but they were deeper today. So I had that same, you know, I could kill my son right now. And this fear of scaredness that I'm going to kill my son right now. And then it was so unbelievable because my son looks at me and he goes, you could stab me right now, couldn't you? And I just, put the knife away and I just let it go. But what happened then is I instantly, the shaman that I was working with, she started working with my son. And then, then I realized because I was having in this house that I was living, I was having a lot of visions of light and dark where I was in a tribe and I was like the medicine woman, but I was playing both parts, light and dark. And I was having a lot of visions. And then through that and through her, shaman working with my son, she too discovered that, we had killed each other on that land many times. And so, and it was so amazing because when we first moved into that land, my son, right in the middle of the yard, he just starts digging it, and I can't even get him to stop. He won't even stop. He's digging this huge hole. It's as tall as him, and he was probably, I don't know, 9, and it's as tall as him. It's deep. And I said, what are you doing? He goes, I have to let the souls out. I have to let the souls out. I have to let the souls out. And I just let it go, and I could feel this, that he was letting the souls out. I could feel that, even though I couldn't explain it, but now I understand, because we did a lot of work on that land that I lived. And so it was the same feeling that I had today, this overwhelming joy of killing this animal and this scaredness that I could actually do this, that this murderous part of me exists inside of me. And it exists inside of all of you, all of you, all of you, all of you. How many times, through your lifetime have you murdered somebody in your mind? So, or even yourself. So, in this, it took me to a grand opening. I want to say that word because it just dropped in. A grand opening of just allowing the experience of my multiverse beingness to open up and allow all pieces of me to fold together. Now, was that of darkness? Yes, but that darkness turned into light. Because even in the joy of that, in how she was cradling my cat, it was like a ceremony. And I felt, even as I was kind of watching it, like the cat wanted to die. Like the cat just wanted to die. And so I could feel a union there. So I didn't feel that maybe like a murderer feels, you know what I mean? Because they're going to just take somebody's life. It wasn't like that. It was like, I'm going to end the suffering. Type that like that. I'm going to end the suffering. Even with my son, I felt like that. When I stabbed him, when I killed him in that lifetime, I felt like I was ending a suffering, maybe of darkness, I don't know. But anyway, as we're merging into this, I bring forth this craziness because that's what we're doing. This all looks crazy. But as you let this unfold in you, you emerge to a new piece of you that is actually part of you. And then as you allow the experience to just breathe through it and know, I love you, I love you, I love you, and that part of me, I love you, I know that you are there, and I let you go. And I love you, 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 I love you. And there truly is no death. That's dropping into me right now. You're just transferring from one energetic to another energetic. And even like when I'm moving a spider, I try never to kill any spider or bugs that I'm moving. But sometimes it just happens, and I bless that. And just like this experience with my cat and with my son, all these emotions that came up in me, that there was joy as I was releasing this being of that lifetime of that. That's what the joy felt like. Like I was releasing that soul of this lifetime, of a lifetime. And it was just so powerful for me. So if you guys are going through these experiences, they sound crazy, they look weird, but they're really happening. They're really happening. And it's just part of you. So then you are residing with that part of you, become a blended part of you. And then, if you feel darkness, let it go. And then bring forth the light that you were in that lifetime. You do not got to hold on to any of this. I send love. May you be blessed.